How do you partition a disk for Ubuntu? Imagine setting up a new workspace where everything has its place. Partitioning a disk for Ubuntu is just like organizing your desk, but on your computer. It might sound complicated, but it's really about dividing your storage into sections that serve different purposes. During Ubuntu installation, you get to decide how to split up your hard drive or solid-state drive. First, you need to understand what parts your system needs. The main one is the root partition, which holds all your system files, programs, and documents. Ubuntu recommends at least 20 gigabytes for this, but 15 gigabytes can work for simple setups. Then there is the swap partition, which acts like extra memory. It helps when your system runs out of RAM. Usually, sizing it around 3 to 4 gigabytes works well, or equal to your physical RAM if you have a lot. If your disk uses GID partition table or GPT, you also need an FI system partition. This tiny section, at least 100 megabytes, helps your computer find and start the operating system. For newer computers, a 500 megabyte FI partition is better. Sometimes, if your boot files are far from the start of the disk, you might need a separate boot partition. You can set up these partitions using different tools. The command line tool called Fdisk is powerful but requires some typing. You start by listing your disks with sudo fdisk -l, then open your disk with sudo fdisk sda, replacing sda with your actual disk name. Use the n command to create new partitions. You'll choose primary or extended types, then specify sizes with a plus sign and gigabytes, like plus 10 gigabytes. Gparted is a graphical tool that makes partitioning easier. It shows your disk visually, so you can click and drag to resize, move, or delete partitions. During Ubuntu installation, there's an advanced option called Something Else. It shows all your current partitions and free space, letting you create or modify partitions directly. A typical setup includes 3 main parts. The FI system partition should be formatted as FAT32 and be around 500 megabytes. The swap partition is about 3 to 4 gigabytes. The root partition uses the remaining space and is formatted as ext4, which is the default Linux file system. When resizing existing partitions, pick the one you want to shrink, choose resize, then set the new size. The system creates an allocated space, which you can then format as a new partition. Before starting, make sure you have at least 25 gigabytes of free storage and back up your data. Partitioning can erase data if not done carefully. Different setups serve different needs. A single large root partition is simple for beginners. For more advanced users, creating separate partitions for home or data can keep things organized and make backups easier. The choice depends on how you plan to use your Ubuntu system. So, partitioning your disk for Ubuntu is about planning your storage layout. It helps your system run smoothly and keeps your files organized. Whether you use command line tools or graphical ones, the goal is to create a setup that works best for your needs.